You can see that these all have the 35.8 GPS location based off of what I did there. Then I could limit it further. One of the things that that's going to allow you to do is you can run a search for, say, signs that need to be inspected before such and such a date, and you'll be able to run a list of which signs are coming up due on inspection and actually print that list out. If I wanted to print this, take just a moment to come up, but I can actually generate a printout of what was on the screen there. Now, having said all of that, this is a prototype. You all are the first customers to see this. And so we are wanting to tailor this to make it work for you all. We've designed it to the best of our ability, knowing what we know, but we realize that once the customer starts using it, some changes are going to have to be made. And so right now, we are looking for offices that are willing to be beta customers. That means, yes, there will be some bumps in the road, some potholes, but it also means that you're going to be able to have some input as far as how the system works, what information is there. And so if your office is interested in being a beta customer, please contact us. All of you, may I borrow your brochure there for just a moment? The top one there. Do all of you have this brochure? My contact information is on there, and if you need one of my business cards, my business cards are sitting right over here on the table. So I would encourage you, please contact me if you have an interest in being a beta customer, or if you have specific suggestions or other things. Do we have some questions? Yes, I see several hands. Let's start back here.
Well, what if you were never a CalPro person before?
That's fine. Because this one is browser-based, because it runs off the internet, it has no current connection to our current KIT system. The KIT system is the one that they've been showing today. This is totally separate. And so even if you don't have the other CalPro system, you can still have this system. There is a discount in pricing for current KIT customers. But for those of you who may not have the current CalPro system, we welcome your business with this as well. Other questions? Yes?
Can you search by any of those fields up there, like north-south? Could you put in like north-south 16890 and it would give you a list of signs all the way down?
Correct. If you put data in this field, it will sort by that. And so if I put in north-south 16, it limits me to the one record that meets both criteria. Right. Also, once I've done my sorting up here and my filtering, then I can still click on any of these columns to resort the data that is remaining within the system. Good question. Yes, sir.
On the reflectivity, is there a place to record the reflectivity reading on that?
What we have done at this point, because we don't at this point know exactly how all of that information is going to eventually be tracked, what we have done is we've given a place here for an inspection method and a condition. So if you are using the meter to check the reflectivity, you could put that reading in the condition. I anticipate that as more data comes to us, we may make some adjustments there to allow for that. But yes, that's where we were. Our initial thinking was the method and condition was where we would start with that. Other questions? Yes, ma'am.
So put in the GPS locations, will it be compatible with any specific GPS system, or will we have to put all of those in manually as we GPS them?
At the moment, it is a manual entry. What we are hoping to be able to do in the not too distant future is to be able to pull the GPS coordinates off of a photograph. So if you take a photo with a GPS enabled camera or a smartphone, we're hoping to be able to pull those coordinates right off of that picture when you link to that picture. Some of that will remain to be seen depending on what the counties tell us they're going to be using for technology. I realize that not every county is going to have specific technology available to use for that, and so we're going to be tailoring some of that to what input we get from the counties. But yes, we're hoping to be able to, right now we know that many of the pictures are GPS coded, and so we want to pull from that as a starting point. Yes?
What about load limit signs for bridge inspections that, ODOT requires? Will you be able to?
You'll be able to record any sign that you want to. Right. I mean, and my understanding is I'm looking at the MUTCD, there is a section down here that gives you the exclusions of what doesn't have to be tracked. Parking, standing, stopping signs, walking, hitchhiking, crossing, acknowledgments, signs with blue or brown, black backgrounds, and bikeway signs. I'm presuming, based on those exclusions, that everything else will probably be tracked from speed limits on up. And so, yes, you would just add another sign type of, say, load limit 14 tons, load limit 5 tons, and you would just add that to your list of sign types.
Okay.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yes, because I think they're on a 5-year, I think every 5 years they have to be inspected, I believe.
Okay.
And I was just wondering if that would be something that we could inventory or keep
Sure.
track of without.
Sure, you could just add it right into this and keep track of it with this. Yes, other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Did I misunderstand? Did you say just one district would need this to control all?
It can be done several different ways. It can be installed per district with each district tracking their own. It can also be installed as a single installation for a county with all of the data for all 3 districts being put in and separated by district. That's going to depend on the county as to how they want to do it. I know of most of you are running things per district, but I'm aware of 1 or 2 instances in the past where we've had customers that just wanted to track things at a central county level and not have it out at the barns. And so we allowed for either way. Theoretically, this could even, I've had a couple of CEDs that were talking about doing something like this, and theoretically you could have one CED install it and track all of the districts within the CED. The pricing is per district, regardless of, I mean, if the county does it, it'll be 3 times the district price. Other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Maybe I got lost in all this stuff across the top. Are there going to be blank areas, like a sign needs to be, whether it's breakaway or not, is important information. Is there going to be a place where that can be added? Or maybe I'm the only one that still has signs that aren't breakaway?
We do have, let me get into this here and I'll show you, we do have, let's see, we don't have a comment field on this, although we could certainly add it. There is a comment field down under the inspection and, or there's a notes field down here under the inspection and replacement, but we could certainly add a notes or comment field to the sign itself if that's something that our customers tell us they want.
Okay, so now let's say I wrote a note there. I'm sorry, I should raise my hand.
No, that's fine.
Now let's say I wrote a note there. Will it search on that note to find the word breakaway?
Not in the notes field on this sub-screen. If we, now what I would, with just off the top of my head, what I think I would probably look at is I would go toward the signpost type, and I would include your breakaway or non-breakaway into the post type. That might give you a way, because if it's in that, then you can filter and search based off of that.
Okay, and I know I wasn't here at the beginning, but let's say I wanted to put T-post. Am I going to have to write it every time, or will it catch it and come up?
There will be a pick list that you can add your post types to, and you can then pick those right off the list.
When you did the printout, do you mind, or do you want me to
No,
raise my hand?
no, that's fine.
When you do the printout, will the printout have, like, how many of these fields? Because we're looking at like 16 fields here. How many will be on the printout? Will we be able to make it ourselves? And can we get the picture to come out with the printout?
The printouts that we have at this point are very basic. We're waiting till we get some input as to what kind of reports are needed. I've actually talked to somebody from the FHWA, and they couldn't even tell me yet what kind of reporting you all were going to have to do off of this.
That's because they haven't decided.
Exactly. At this point, our printout basically shows the same columns and information as what the screen would show. It does not show the photo at this point. Those are some things that I foresee down the road. As we get input, we'll probably be making some changes there. But right now, if you're
saying the screen shows, is that
this is
the screen that would print?
this is the report. This is a screen view of the report. And so you can see it's got the GPS, the north, south, east, west, all the same columns, all the way over to photo, showing which ones do and don't have images, but not showing the image. Now this particular screen here, I've changed my sorting filter since then, but it's the same columns. It starts with the GPS and ends over here with the photo.
Okay, let's say I never put any north, south, east, west coordinates and wouldn't want that column. Can I get rid of it? Can I hide it?
Not at this point. However, it can be, I mean, for reporting purposes, well, for reporting purposes right now, the current report will show what the screen shows. For your purposes, if you didn't ever use north, south, east, west, and you just use the GPS and the, say, the highway and mile marker, you would just sort off of those. Right now, we were trying to anticipate what methods different offices might use. And so, at this point, no, there is not a way of suppressing that. Yes, sir?
How would let's say we have the first column right there and we have an image associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
How do I retrieve that image?
Okay. I can either open the record and go to it from there, or I can click right over here. Let me pull the screen over a little more. I can click right here where it says View Image, and it'll bring up my image. And I can see from there. Yes?
And then how do I tie that image to that line?
The image, okay, in order to tie the image to the line, what we will do, let me go ahead and I'll just actually show you how one was done. If I can get my memory stick out here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I'm going to go back to my unsorted list here. And you can see that, let's pull this over here, we can see that this particular record here does not have an image associated with it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open that particular record. There is a upload button here, and when I click upload, it's going to bring up, I can map to wherever I have my photos stored. In this case, I have them on a memory stick. And so I can go out here and I can pick which image I want to link to it. And when I hit OK, then it's going to start counting up and it's going to link that image in for me.
How easy is it to remove?
To remove an image? They are working on that part of the system right now to replace an image from one with another. is as simple as re-clicking on upload and reselecting a different image.